Hi, I'm Judy of Divina Cucina, and we're back in my tiny Tuscan kitchen. And today we're doing kind of my riff on a classic Tuscan pairing, which is tonno e fagioli, tuna and beans. So I'm going to do it's usually a cold summer salad with Tuscan beans, canned tuna packed in oil, and raw red onions. Okay? So today instead I'm going to make a fancier version using garlic, olive oil, and chili pepper as my base. And I'm going to do fresh prawns. Hot. We're going to make a warm salad out of this, okay? What I'm going to do is simply slice. This is a big garlic clove, so maybe I'll just use one big garlic clove in oil. And I always add garlic to cold oil, and then I turn it on because it doesn't burn so quickly. And I'm going to use 2 chili peppers. And then I'm going to turn on the heat. Okay. So we're going to turn on high heat, and then we're going to prepare our prawns. So when you buy prawns, I bought these shelled, and they say, cleaned, but they're not really clean. If you can see, prawns usually have, or shrimp even, have their intestines that need to be removed. So you go along the top and slice them right down the middle there, and you'll see that there could be a little black thread that you want to take out, and that's their intestine. And then I'll rinse these off, okay? So I'm just going to go through all of these. Now sometimes it'll be pink, that it's clean, but sometimes it's black, and I just hate that because sometimes it's sandy. So you want to be sure that you do clean your prawns before you serve anybody. If I see a dirty one here, I'll show you. Oh, I already had some dirty ones that I cleaned before. You can usually see at the end, and some people just stick a toothpick in there and pull it out. Oh, here's one, okay. So here you can see that little black thread, and you just pull it out, okay? And it comes out in one piece. And just do the same on all of them. Just takes a minute, and then I do like to rinse them off just to be sure. Nope, this one doesn't have any. Got a pink one. So at the same time, my garlic isn't burning, which is nice. This has a little bit of black. And I'm just going to remove that. This is also nice to do with fresh tuna. In the 1800s, there was an old recipe where they did caviar. Tuscan beans and caviar, served like in a martini glass as an appetizer kind of thing. So fish and beans have been a classic go together. We also have a pressed caviar here called botarga, which you can get to use sliced. You can slice it very thin, or you can buy it in a powder. And again, it's just a very umami kind of a pairing, okay? So I'm just going to rinse these off now. They're all ready. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've got my garlic just starting to give off its perfume and get gold. I'm simply going to add my prawns in there. Now, prawns are very delicious when they're just barely cooked, okay? These are going to be very quick, and they go from being kind of a translucent pink to like a white, which is when they're cooked in just a minute or so. So I don't want these to get tough. And I decided today just to make them a little kind of more prettier. I'm going to throw in some tiny little cherry tomatoes that are also just going to warm in there. Okay, and then today you could add basil, you could add chives, you could add oregano, any sort of flavoring you want. I'm going to add a little lemon zest at the end and lemon juice as well. Give it a little brightness. Sometimes I do a thing called gremolata, which is minced garlic, parsley, and lemon zest. And I add that at the very end and just stir it in. Don't really let that cook. It's kind of a traditional finish for ossobuco, which is delicious. So I like to use it for other things too. I like to take those sort of tricks. And then I went out to my garden and got some fresh chives. Just give myself a flat surface to start with here. I'm gonna add these in, mince those. Scissors are probably like your best thing for this. So again, it kind of looks like I have the Italian red, white, and green. Then I have my Tuscan beans, which I'll just add and let warm together. And that's it. Now you could just as well serve these cold, however you like. We're going to add a little bit of salt. You see how beautiful this is already? And you'll see, as these cook, they actually tighten up, turn white, and you'll see a little ridge where you cut them. Okay, so not all of them are like that yet. Let this go for a minute. So for my lemon zest, I like to take a potato peeler and do a few strips and then mince this so you get some nice kind of bright lemon instead of just those tiny little zesters. God, it smells so good. This is from, just got these from the Amalfi Coast. So it's kind of nice in the time it takes for them to cook. You have time to do all the prep and the garnishing. Okay, so we'll let these poach in there just for a minute or so. Just a couple more of these need to really kind of become opaque. They're almost done. So what I'm also getting here at the bottom is that beautiful shrimp bisque at the bottom. So now it's time to add in our white beans. And I just need them, I'm going to add them without their broth because I'm going to be eating this more as like a salad, okay? So I'm just straining my Tuscan beans in here. These are my fagioli all'olio. And I'll save that beautiful broth for a soup. So they just need to warm lightly. Let me just taste for salt. The lemon zest. I'm not going to add lemon juice because we don't use it a lot in Tuscany. But if you wanted, you could add the lemon juice. I think the lemon zest is just perfect on this. And my prawns are all cooked now. And that's it. Just gonna let these warm for another minute. Oh, and this broth. Don't let this broth go to waste at the bottom of this pan. So just to serve, I'll serve some more of these little chives on top. And I'll just kind of put one of these here. Poaching these. And here we have my little seafood salad of prawns and fagioli. Shrimp and beans. Buon appetito.